Hey, Plexus. Hope you guys are having a fantastic December so far. I know it's only December 1st, but I wanted to come in here and just talk to you about what I believe is true about the gift of time. Now, I know for some of you, time feels like an enemy. Time feels like a thief. Time feels like a tremendous burden. There's just not enough of it. What do we do with the time that we have? And so what I want to talk to you about is number one, why I believe time is a gift. And number two, what do I think we should do with it? How do we make the most of our time? How do we keep the right things, even when life is crazy busy? So what I want to start with first is gratitude for time. I think sometimes we forget how incredibly fortunate we are to have the gift of time. There will be people all around the world who don't wake up on December 1st, 2022. There will be people all around the world who don't have a fraction, a smidge of what we have, or a dream of an opportunity like what we have. And so I think sometimes the biggest antidote to fear or frustration or confusion and chaos is simply gratitude. Like, thank you, God, for the fact that we have this day, that we have an opportunity to streamline our life, plan things, celebrate things, and just get to spend precious hours that we have, because quite frankly, not everyone gets that gift. So the gift of time is exactly that. I think it is a gift, and I think that we have to show gratitude for it. Okay, so if time is our friend, then I think that there's a few things that we all need to be very, very clear on. Number one, I didn't tell y'all who I was. I'm Christina Williams. I'm a diamond, and I'm so excited to be part of this Diamonds in December. I would just cut this off, but listen, y'all need to know that everybody can be a diamond and we're not perfect. So what I was saying about time is not something that you can find. People will say, I just need to find the time. You can't find time, you can't make time, and you can't save time. It's just not possible. We all have the same gift of 24 hours in every single day. All you can do with time is be wise in spending it. And if you're not intentional with what you do with your time, rest assured, it will be like your money. It will go places and you won't even know where it went. So I think the first thing to realize when it comes to time is that you're responsible for how you spend it. Because you can't find it, you can't make it, and you can't save it. You're responsible for how you spend it. So what does that mean? Well, number one, something that I learned many years ago was that if this is something that you want to build, and the idea of business hours feels tough, maybe you already work a full-time job and the idea of business hours feels like I don't really know where I'll find that block of time or how I'll fit another chunk in. Or maybe you're a homeschooling mom and like business hours feels restrictive to what your family needs. So what I want to tell you is it's okay to not set business hours. Now, listen, some people are about to, spaz out, but hang with me. I do believe you must work your business consistently. You can work your business part-time, but you cannot work it sometime. And I think when we put people in boxes and say, okay, you just need business hours, that feels restrictive and they don't set them and then they don't work consistently. So what I want is for you to make a plan to work your business consistently. You can work it part-time, but you can't work it sometime. So if we're not setting business hours, what are we setting? We are setting family hours. I know it feels a little backwards, but hear me out. I love to work, right? I love my team. I love hitting goals. I love being productive. And if I'm not careful, that can start to try to take over. So what I have started doing is setting family hours. There are certain chunks during the week, certain nights, certain times where I'm unavailable. I'm not on the clock. I'm on the family clock. Now, what does that mean for me? It means that every other time I'm available. If I want to be in there responding to messages, great. If I'm creating stories, great. This is my job. This is what I love. But my family is my top priority. And so if I can't set business hours, because that feels rigid. Like, what if I say, okay, business hours end at 5 o'clock on Tuesday, but then I recruit a new rock star who works a full-time job until 5 o'clock? Am I just never allowed to talk to her? No, right? That would not seem reasonable. So instead, I set family hours. We eat dinner together every single night. All of my kids give me a non-negotiable. And when I'm at that non-negotiable or I'm participating in that non-negotiable, family time, I'm off the clock. So set yourself some family hours. And then I would really encourage you to work on creating a perfect Plexus week. There's lots of resources out there. Ask your nearest Jewel upline for that document, because here's what I know to be true. You can't win the day in all the areas every day. But if you have weekly goals, then even if Tuesday goes to pot, nothing goes like it's supposed to, then you still have the rest of the week to hit those marks. So I'm a huge fan of a perfect Plexus week. I'm a huge fan of setting those family hours so that you have an opportunity to invest in the most important people in your life, but you're still prioritizing your business. So gift of time, number one, show gratitude for it. Number two, recognize that you absolutely have time to build this business. You absolutely have the time. There is somebody in your same exact situation, rest assured, who has chosen to see those circumstances as an opportunity to overcome versus an obstacle to hold them back. You're just going to have to choose what can be sacrificed temporarily and then sacredly protect what can't be sacrificed. So I hope this is helpful. I wish you guys the biggest and best holiday season. Merry Christmas. I hope all of you remember the reason for the season and that you get tons and tons of family time. Love you guys. Cheering you on so big. Go Plexus. Bye.